So today is Saturday, the 30th of November 2019. Me and Silje, on this Saturday, we went around. We began from Majorstua station when it was still light, like a daylight, maybe getting a little bit towards the dusk. And we walked for 2.5 hours or so until now it's very dark. So we began from the Majorstua station, and first of all, we spent time around the square just in front of the station. First of all, we met a guy who was standing by the station, and we asked him a couple of questions, or Silje was asking. He said something deep about content, how happiness is about content and about something else as well. He loved music. Then we went to the square, and at the square we met many people because it was the market, Bondens market. So there was a lot of meat, a lot of cheese, some treats, and plenty people. We met a mother who had a child in a stroller, and she was 16 months old. The mother said that the child makes her happy. She was from Czech Republic, and she said that it's common to stay at home for 3 to 4 years together with the child, and she feels that the child is ready to go to a daycare next summer when she would be 2 years old. And I think the plan made her happy. Then we talked to the people who were selling cheese. There was an elderly lady with a curly gray hair and with red cheeks like this. And she said that her family, her home, and listening to music makes her happy. And when she said this, she had little chewing gum over here. There was another seller who was a guy from Sweden who also had red cheeks and some piercings in his face. And he also said that music makes him happy. And we asked what kind of music, Silje asked, what kind of music? And he said black metal. Then we met 2 women, another from Algeria and another from Iran. The lady from Iran was called Anita, and she said she's happy to be today together with her friend, but she had some quite hard time in her life. She didn't say how or why, but she was hoping for other type of times for 2020 and from there onwards. The other woman from Algeria, whose name we don't know, she said that happiness cannot be a constant, stable state, because otherwise you would get bored and not actually be happy. So there has to be a variation with good days and bad days. Then we met a couple, the man from Oslo and a woman from Ukraine. And they said it's easy to rate happiness. The lady said that her happiness is rated up to 8 from 1 to 10, and the man said that his happiness would be rated to 7 from 1 to 10. And that is because biologically he feels like there's some kind of incapability of this kind of full happiness. Okay, so he was well aware of where he's talking from. Okay, then we met 2 people who were selling rabbit furs, rabbit skin, and they did not want to talk to us. We walked down Bogstavveien, right? Yes, that is the name of the road. And quite down at that street, we met 4 guys who were in a pub, and they were happy to talk with us. They were old friends until 25, 30 years back. And the first man said that he cannot rate happiness really, because when he is actually happy, he doesn't think about happiness because that is the moment when he is free. The next guy said, happiness is about letting go, letting loose, and maybe going with his friends, the same guys around there in the pub, going to forest, putting up a bonfire, and letting loose, because there they would be safe from other people's gazes, and they could chill in calm place. The third guy said that happiness is small glimpses, it's small moments. And earlier that day, he was driving with a car, and he had to slow down really, really slow, 30 kilometers per hour, so that he could properly witness the little sparkles, the diamonds in the snow from the window of the car. Okay? And the fourth guy said that happiness is friends. Yeah, being together with friends. And all of them were laughing. Next thing, we met a family, but it was grandparents and grandchildren by the king's castle. And they were too busy going to a train, but they managed to say that for the grandparents, happiness is the grandchildren, and for the grandchildren, happiness is Pokemon Go. That's it. Then, the next thing, we went to the Christmas market right behind us, and we met some young guys, 19-year-olds, and they were part of the King's Guard, right? Yes. And what they find happiness from is friends, because they had just gotten acquainted with their new friends 2 months ago or so. So being with them, people from all over Norway, as well as music. And then we got here.